Hey there, Seth Freeman of Guitar Unlocked Method here, and I'm going to show you the C scale today in first position on the guitar. And that's the C major scale as well as the C pentatonic major scale. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So first of all, I've got my pick in my hand. I'm holding it kind of like this. I have one of these larger picks. I'll do an episode on just on how to hold the pick. Not to hold on loosely, but don't let go. And sort of, have the tip pointing out there a little bit, but hold on tight. And then you want your hands to be fluid, your right hand to be fluid, but not like floppy. And you're kind of using your whole arm loose. Hold on loosely, but don't let go. Anyhow, this is JJ, Joan Jett. Don't ask me why they named her that when we adopted her, but we left that name and she's JJ. Anyhow, C, why am I choosing C major today? Because there are no flats and no sharps. And if you're new to guitar or music, you probably don't even know what that means. But what that means is, if you've ever watched The Sound of Music or heard this song, Do a deer, you know that song? That's all C major scale. It's solfege. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And so if you do that on the guitar, if you were doing it on the piano, it would be all the white keys. No black keys. The black keys are the accidentals, which means they're either flat or sharp. So we're doing all white keys, but on the guitar. Guitar is not, it's not laid out simply like that, like the piano, which is why piano is it's a wonderful instrument. It's a great instrument to also learn while you're learning guitar if you feel it. Anyhow, it's if you put your hand on the first position, which is where your first finger is at just behind the first fret, your second finger is just behind the second fret, third finger just behind the third fret, and fourth finger just behind the fourth fret. And you want your fingers to be resting just above the strings so that you don't have to move very far to get your fingers pushing down on the string at the fret that you need in order to make that note. So it's the first note that we're going to play is the third finger on the third fret of the second string, which is the A string, and that's a C. And then the next note that we're going to play is the open D. That's this third string. So third string from the top of the guitar. So C, and then an upstroke on the D. So I did a downstroke. See, this hand is going down. And then the next note is going to be an upstroke. So C, D, and then your second finger on the second fret of the D string with a downstroke, and that's an E. And then your third finger on the third fret of the D string, and that's an F. So far we've got 4 notes: C, D, E, F. Right? I'm sorry, I should not be putting my thumb there. Proper technique is to put it back here. So C, D, E, F. What do you think comes next? G. C, D, E, F, G. And G is the fourth open string. So you got C, D, E, F, G. And when you play that G, that's a downstroke. So it's down, up, down, up, down. C, D, E, F, G, A. And that should be an upstroke. So C, D, E, F, G, A is the second fret of the fourth string. C, D, E, F, G, A. And then B is actually the next open string. That's this one right here. That's the fifth open string, or the second, depending on which way you're coming from. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C is the same note as this one, just an octave higher. So that is the C major scale. Now, pentatonic, and then you would come back down. C, D, E, F, G, was singing it, or you could sing it or say it if you're not much, if you don't feel like singing, is really helpful for remembering what those notes are, which is very handy for communicating with other musicians and being able to read music down the line. So the pentatonic major just cuts out the fourth and the seventh. So it's just C, D, E, G, A, C. And that's our lesson for today. Short but sweet. Enjoy.